Okay, let's dive right in. Today, we're exploring an absolutely fascinating explainer on the hidden biological mechanisms behind healthy aging. We're going to uncover exactly why your skin's structural integrity actually relies on deep systemic coordination. You know, if you've ever felt like the rules of skincare just suddenly changed on you overnight, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break down the science of reactivating your internal collagen engines.
So here's the big question. Why do expensive face creams seemingly just stop working after 35? It's an incredibly frustrating reality for so many women, right? You hit your mid-30s, and suddenly the products you've trusted for years, maybe decades, just don't yield those same plump, elastic results. But here's what the source material reveals, and it's a real game changer. These changes in your skin's elasticity aren't just a surface issue. They're actually triggered by a deep hormonal shutdown. So it's not that your cream is broken, it's that your internal biology has literally shifted gears.
Section 1. Beyond the surface, the biological switch.
To really understand this biological switch, we have to look at something called the ovarian-dermal axis. I want you to imagine a brilliant, highly interconnected grid of cells right beneath your skin. Currently, that network might be essentially on standby. It's just waiting for an internal signal that, well, is no longer firing the way it used to. This axis is the systemic biological pathway where your ovarian hormonal signaling directly regulates the health, density, and activity of your deep tissue dermal fibroblasts. That right there is your true internal engine. Your ovaries and your deep skin cells are in this constant direct communication. When you grasp this, you realize your collagen matrix isn't built from the outside in, it's built from the inside out, completely commanded by your hormones.
Moving into Section 2. The ovarian-dermal axis, the silent engines.
So what happens when this cellular shutdown occurs? It's basically a domino effect. First off, ovarian signaling drops, and because of that drop, the estrogen receptor activity in your skin declines. Now, without that crucial hormonal stimulation, your dermal fibroblasts, which are the literal factories that weave your skin structure together, they essentially just go to sleep. They power down. And when they power down, the internal collagen matrix simply stops spinning. It stops producing those glowing, vibrant collagen strands we all want. The factory hasn't disappeared, you know? The workers are just asleep on the job.
Now, this paradigm shift is heavily anchored in rigorous, peer-reviewed science. For instance, Endocrine Reviews confirms that ovarian aging leads to a major decline in systemic tissue coordination pathways. Furthermore, the Journal of Investigative Dermatology highlights that estrogen receptor decline leads directly to dermal atrophy, basically thinning skin. Molecular and cellular endocrinology clearly points out the severe limitations of topical repair molecules. And finally, the FASEB journal shows that circadian biology, specifically sunlight, regulates fibroblast collagen synthesis. So this isn't guesswork, guys. This is established medical science showing us exactly how our skin's engines turn off, and crucially, how they can be turned back on.
Which brings us to Section 3, the topical illusion, the limitations of creams.
Let's think about the actual mechanics of this topical illusion. If your deep dermal fibroblasts have gone to sleep because of a hormonal shift, applying a thicker cream to the surface physically cannot restart those cellular engines. I want you to picture a super luxurious, incredibly expensive moisturizer, literally just sitting idly on top of a dormant, sleeping deep tissue layer. It's not doing a single thing for your actual structure. Contrast that with internal reactivation. This approach focuses on systemic signaling to activate those fibroblasts for deep tissue structural repair. Simply put, you absolutely have to wake the cells up from the inside out.
Section 4. The Circadian Reset, the Master Clock Reveal.
Okay, so how do we actually coordinate this systemic repair naturally? Well, the source breaks down this incredible biological chain reaction. Step 1. Expose your eyes to direct morning sunlight. When that natural golden morning light hits your eyes, you instantly trigger Step 2, which is resetting your systemic master clock. This rhythm alignment leads perfectly into Step 3, optimizing your evening melatonin production. And that optimized surge in melatonin does something completely amazing. Step 4. It protects and reactivates those sleeping dermal fibroblasts while you sleep. By simply viewing morning sunlight, you're sending vibrant signal waves down into your deep dermal cells, literally waking them up to produce collagen again.
I really want you to remember this threshold, 35. This is the pivotal milestone. It's the exact age when the old rules stop working. After 35, relying solely on topical solutions becomes an illusion. This is the precise time when you must replace surface-level thinking with a deep understanding of your internal biology, mastering that ovarian-dermal axis to maintain your skin's structural density.
To make all of this completely actionable, the source material outlines what they call the switch protocol. First up, acknowledge that your skin changes are due to systemic cellular aging, not just a lack of moisture. Second, adopt those circadian rhythm lifestyle habits we talked about. Third, and this is absolutely crucial, view morning sunlight daily to set that master clock. By doing this, you naturally protect and stimulate those deep fibroblasts. The source mentions that if you're ready to reactivate your skin's deep internal support systems using these exact longevity protocols, you can just comment the word switch on their original post to get the complete hormonal longevity guide.
Structural aging isn't solely a topical issue. It is a reflection of system coordination. I mean, that quote just hits the nail on the head. True healthy aging, vibrant skin density, and a genuinely glowing complexion. They aren't bought in a jar. They are achieved by perfectly aligning your internal biological systems and keeping those internal communication pathways wide open.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to think about your current routine. Think about all the time, energy, and money you spend on the surface. If your cells are asleep down there, what are you really feeding them? It is time to wake those engines up. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope this sparked a whole new level of curiosity about your own internal biology.